Good morning, friends. I'm Professor Shivayogi Patil, the Training and Placement Officer, Global College of Management, IT and Commerce, Hubli. I'm also part of EmoCare, which is one of the leading mental health and NLP and emotional intelligence training institute in India. I'm also part of that. So today is the last day of the year 2021. So it is the time to introspect. So today I'm here with this video to have an introspect of the last year, because every person need to introspect himself as well as introspect the other things which happened around him, so that he can improve upon himself, because life is all about growing day by day, learning day by day. Learning is a lifelong process, and growing happens. I'm not talking about the physical growing, the mental growing. What I'm talking about, mental growing happens only if you continue to learn till you exist on this planet. So learning is a lifelong process. So I believe in that particular thing. Learning is a lifelong process. So there is no there is no age limit to learning. When you stop learning, you are stopped living. So because as per me, learning is equal to living. So if you stop learn, you will stop. It is as good as you stop living. So here learning means even our life teaches us many lessons. Our environment, our family, our teachers, so our friend circle also teaches us many lessons to us. So and it is only about the bookish knowledge. So it is learning from everywhere, learning from nature, learning from the animal kingdom, learning from plant kingdom, learning from our society, environment, and all. So why learning is very, very essential? Because our intellectual growth happens only when we update ourselves, only when we learn new things. So it gives us confidence. It gives us confidence in our future life. So that is the why I stress upon learning new things. And even today, even after retirement, I am in the process of learning many new things. It will keep my mind busy. It will stimulate my mind to be active. So it will also, as per the doctors, as per the scientists, so many diseases like Alzheimer's disease and many mental diseases, so they will not affect the person who is always involved in simulating his mind, learning something, learning now some new skills, something like that. So that is the thing. So I advise everyone, whether he is a student, or whether he is a professor, or whether he is in any profession, whether he is in a retired person, keep learning, keep learning. So my today's presentation is all about an introspection I wanted to do. Just give me a minute. I will share the slides. So this is the things I wanted to share. See, since I'm a trainer, see, I wanted to train people to be successful, to be happy in life, to be confident. So to convert them into a mediocre life to successful life, or mediocre mindset to winner mindset. What we call it as a mediocre mindset to winner mindset. And I am presenting this on behalf of the EmoCare. So life is all about win-win situations. Life should all about win-win situation means whatever we do, we should also be happy, and our family should be happy, our society should also be happy, and environment should also be happy. So it should all about win-win situation. If I only would be happy and others becomes unhappy, that is not the what you call it as a, that is not the purposeful life. So there is a saying called purpose life. Life should be life with a purpose. And there is also another saying, the meaning of success is progressive realization of the worthy goal. Here worthy goal means whatever you want to do, that should be worthy. So worthy means it should make everyone happy. You should make it yourself also happy. So that is called win-win situation. I win and you win. So my main aim is as a trainer, I am a soft skill trainer, I am a corporate trainer, I am an NLP trainer, I am an emotional intelligence trainer. So as a trainer, my philosophy is to empower people intellectually as well as emotionally. Because intellectual, as I said earlier, if you keep on learning, if you are keep on undergoing trainings and workshop, so you will be intellectually growing. So that means you are empowering yourself intellectually. Growth, mental growth or intellectual growth is very, very important. Self growth, what we call it, as a very, very important. And don't measure everything in terms of money. So when you grow intellectually and when you use your intellectual capacity to help others, money will definitely come. Money will definitely come. A lot of people think that after retirement, why should we involve in such activities? But my dear friends, see, when you are retired, so you have spent so many of years in your family life, in your professional life, so there will be a lot of experiences, so good and bad. So all those experiences has created a kind of wisdom in you. Your wisdom is very, very important. So I have my own wisdoms. So we have to share our wisdom along with our intellectual knowledge to the younger generation so that they become empowered. They become empowered. What I'm saying today is our younger generation. So they are just behind the education just for the sake of certification, but they are clueless about their future. They don't have clear clarity about their future, and they are aimless. Most of the students I'm seeing, most of the youngsters I am seeing, not everyone. There are people who are again so very focused about their career growth. But a lot of people, about 80 to 85% of students, what I am observing, they don't have any clear goals. So we need to empower these people so that they become the what you call it as a actual seeker of knowledge, as well as they become goal oriented. Goal orientation is very, very important. Now, my training philosophy is I win and you win, to empower people and intellectually and emotionally. Now, see, the agenda for this particular session is, see, what is 221 for us? Is it the great or greatest? Of course, we went through a lot of tragedies due to the pandemic and all. We lost a lot of people. Even we lost some of the celebrities and all. So there will always be what you call it as a sour part, or will always be there in the life, because life is a mixture of sweet and sour. So you cannot expect sweet always. There will be sour part also in it. But so overcoming all those emotions that are created by the sour part, we have to somehow come out of that and look forward to 2022 as the most important part of our life. Then only, so we have to make it somehow greatest. 21 may be great, we have to make it greatest. If you feel that 21 is just good, make it better. If you feel that 21 was bad, then make it good, something like that. Because future we should look upon the future with a hope. So hope is life. So combination of hope, combination of faith will work wonders, will work miracles. So therefore, whatever you are feeling about 2021, there must be some great moments in your life. There must be some moments which you can cherish, you can remember throughout your life. So just recall those moments, forget about all the things which has disturbed you, the sour things, and make your mindset that whatever you spent in 2021, it was great, and I am going to make 2022 as the greatest, one of the best year in my life. So that should be the mindset, your mindset. See, today we are going to see three things. One is something called as FICA. FICA, F-I-K-A. FICA means take a breath. So let us rewind ourselves. Second is Mojo. Let us plan for the future success. Mojo gives tools to succeed. Mojo gives tools to succeed. Then there is a training part of it, NLP, emotional intelligence. There are many type of feelings are there, trainings are there. The best of the best NLP means success. So we are sure we are going to see all these things in on our future side, because there is a need for even taking a break also, because we are living in a stressful life, whatever kind of profession we are, or even we may retire also, because sometimes seeing the pandemic, the future looks uncertain, the education of children. So there are many other problems may be bothering us, but it is the time to take a break from those all the things what are bothering with a cup of coffee. That's why the coffee is shown. So let us rewind ourselves. Rewind here. The meaning of rewinding is resetting your life so that you forget all the sour part of past and only remember the cherishing moments and look forward to the future with a great hope, great faith. So to make it greatest. Then Mojo, that is, we need to search for the success tools, the tools which will lead us to success in future. And NLP is one of the such success tools. So 21 is already over. We are at the end of the 21, and we have to welcome 22 with a positive mindset. That is very, very important. We should not be uncertain. We should not look uncertain. We should not look with worry what may happen in 22. Let us what you call anticipate that, or let us hope that, or let us believe that 2022 will be much better than 2021, and there will not be any pandemic or not be any bad incidents, deaths, something that will not happen in 2022. Now you can ask some active questions. So because there are something called active questions and passive questions. We'll see the difference here. How active questions, see, there is a difference between active questions and passive questions. Why these questions? Because whatever questions we ask ourselves, so is very, very important. What kind of questions? Because our success depends upon, our happiness depends upon what kind of questions we ask to ourselves. It is called as self-talk. There are two types of self-talk. One is positive affirmations, what we give to our mind, so that mind can grasp and become mentally positive. And second thing is what type of question we ask. So these questions can be called as positive active questions as well as passive questions. How active questions focus on what you can do to make a positive difference for yourself and the world. So active questions were always focused on how you can bring a change, how you can make everything positive. So how you can make positive difference for yourself, because the change should begin with yourself. So, and then you can think about the changing the world. Without changing yourself, you cannot think about changing the world. And passive questions. Passive questions focus on the world needs to do make a positive difference in you. See, what are the positive questions means? Positive questions are those questions which you are going to ask what the world should be, how the world should be if I want to make, I want to be happy or I want to be successful. See, there is something called as, somebody has called as, don't think that what the world has given you, don't think that what you are doing for the world or nation, you can say. So don't ask what this nation has given to me. Think about what you have given to nation. It is something like that. So thinking about what I have given to this nation is the active question, whereas thinking about what the nation has given me is a passive question. Now, the hardest question you can ask yourself today, and be faithful to your answers. For the question, you know the answer. How much committed are you to answer? See, you should be committed to answer. Otherwise, the answer won't come from your side. See, Swami Vivekananda says, all the treasure of knowledge is within you. All the treasure of knowledge is within you. So you look into inside of you. So you ask yourself the questions, you debug your mind, you will get answer to everything. So we have treasure of knowledge in our mind, but we need to look for that treasure. One question, what is that one question that you ask yourself when you think of 2021? So that is very, very important. So that question, whether it is an active question or passive question, whether it will bring you cherishing memories, successful memories, or whether it will bring you bad memories or sad moments of 21. That is very, very important. So always active questions, which only brings the cherishing moments of 2021, successful moments of 2021. Second, what is that question? What you want to ask yourself when you think of your life. So your life, you already spent many years so on this planet. So what type of question you want to ask, so that you come up with answers of your life. So that is also. So one is how you are going to see 221. That type of question you have to create. Then how you feel about your life till today. That is the second type of question you need to ask. So here you can see here, okay, this is the just age chart, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60. So I am in this situation, 60. So still some time is left for me, I hope so. 6 active questions did I do my best to is: be happy, find meaning, be fully engaged, build a positive relationship, set clear goals, make progress towards your goal achievement. See, 6 active questions I must ask myself. What makes me happy? What makes me happy? So what gives me the meaning of life? What makes me fully engaged? What helps me to build a positive relationship? What helps me to set clear goals? What helps me to progress towards my goal achievement? Because every year we set goals. Every year we set goals. So definitely that goals will be towards success only. And ultimate success is happiness. So these questions, like questions about your happiness, questions about your life's meaning, questions about your engagement, questions of your about your relationship, and about your goals and the progress towards goals. So all these questions can be asked yourself, so that you will get a clear picture of that. So ask question to yourself: where you stand, what is your position, what is your present state now. So if you know your present state, you can move to desired state. So even as a trainer, I can help you to move to the desired state. That positive spirit towards what we are doing now, that starts from the inside and radiates to the outside. So whatever positive feeling, always positive feeling, it doesn't come from outside to inside, it will come from inside to outside. Happiness will be generated inside. It may be in response to something outside, but ultimately it is generated from inside. Even the positive spirit is also generated from inside. Energy is generated, enthusiasm is generated from inside, and it will spread outside or radiates out to outside. Positive spirit is unambiguous. It's a feeling of optimism and satisfaction. So positive spirit is, so it is all about optimism about the future and satisfaction. It conveys both happiness and meaning. Mojo, you and me. Mojo is the moment when we do something that is purposeful, powerful, and positive, and the rest of the world recognizes it. See, mojo. See, you have to do something purposeful, powerful, positive. So you should see, it should create a win-win situation. So you should be happy, and the society should be happy, your family should be happy, the world should be happy, and the world should recognize it. The word mojo originally referred to a folk belief in the supernatural power of voodoo charm, often in the form of a piece of cloth or a small pouch. Over the time, word has evolved to describe a sense of positive spirit and direction, especially in the shifting tides of sports, business, and politics. So, word has evolved to describe a sense of positive spirit and direction. See, it is needed in all the fields, whether it is a sports, whether it is a business, whether it is a politics, a sense of positive spirit, a sense of direction. Again, direction is all about the goal. Positive spirit is all about your positivity, what you radiate. So that is very, very important. To the other people, mojo is more elusive sense of personal achievement through the world. Goldsmith's definition of mojo spins off from the great value he attaches to find happiness and meaning in the life. So, Goldsmith is a person who has created this concept called as a mojo. So, definition of mojo is nothing but what gives you great value you attach to finding of happiness and meaning of your life. AIWATT. Am I willing at this time, at this hour, at this second to make the investment required to make positive difference? See, to keep on learning, to keep on growing mentally, intellectually, and emotionally, we need to make some investment. The investment may not be only about the money, investment about your time, investment of your energy. That is also required. So therefore, you need to be in a mood to invest something for the personal growth. Personal growth means your intellectual growth, not about physical growth. It your intellectual growth and your emotional growth. Those are very, very important for future success. You can anticipate a great successful 2022 only if you are ready for and only if you are continuously keep yourself ready for your personal growth. So am I willing to invest for that? Am I willing to invest time? Am I willing to invest energy? Am I willing to invest my enthusiasm and maybe money also to make the investment required to make a positive difference? So there are some celebrities here: MS Dhoni, Amitabh Bachchan, Dhirubhai Ambani, and Rajinikanth. So you already know this. So I will tell you that take the example of Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan, okay, his beginning of in his career, filmy career was not so memorable. He had given around almost a dozen flops before Prakash Mehra had signed him for the film Janjeer, and after the success of the Janjeer, rest is the history. Rest is the history. The film land, Bollywood started to recognize his talent both as an angry young man, both as an entertainer, both as a they recognize his comic talent also. And there were great directors like Manmohan Desai, Prakash Mehra, Hrishikesh Mukherjee, Sippy brothers. So all these people recognized his talent and signed him for great films, and rest is the history. So after that, after after about 20 years, he was in the peak of his success. When he was in a peak of success during the filming of Coolie, he went with an accident. Again, bad phase started, and then he started trying to venture into something called Amitabh Bachchan Corporation Limited, and there was a huge loss. ABCL we used to call huge loss. He went completely bankrupt, but still this man never lost his hope. This man never lost his hope, and he came back strongly with Kaun Banega Karodpati, and now he is again one of the most celebrated celebrity in Bollywood and most what you call it as a powerful voice. So that is the story of the Amitabh Bachchan. So whatever has happened, he has taken it positively, and he went on from strength to strength. Though there were major hiccups in his life, even his health is not that well. Even today, he is suffering from many health problems after that accident. So futile accident it was actually. So but still he is persisting, he is very active, he is signing films on films, giving meaningful roles, meaningful roles, versatile talent, so and all whatnot. Now coming to Dhirubhai Ambani, you might have heard about Dhirubhai Ambani, because I am not just concentrating on Dhoni, because you already have seen him in MS Dhoni film also, how he has earlier, how his life was. But compared to Amitabh Bachchan's life and Dhirubhai Ambani's life, MS Dhoni's life was not that much of struggle, what I think. So Dhirubhai Ambani came from a very humble family, and he worked as in a very small jobs, many small jobs, including a petrol pump boy, something like that. But he has big dreams. Then he entered into trading, and once that luck started, so of course it is not the luck, it is the kind of effort, kind of intellect he showed, kind of business acumen he showed. So he went on from strength to strength, and today he owns, even though he is not there, his sons owns a big empire in India that is called Reliance. Now coming to Rajinikanth also, he is from a humble family. He was a bus conductor, but he was dreaming of making it in films, and somebody saw him, and they started offering him roles, and the rest is the history. So these people, their past was not very smooth, but still they made, with their effort, their focus, their commitment, their determination, their persistence. So they made their future brighter by all these qualities. So apart from their personal growth, identity, achievement, reputation, acceptance, very important from a personal point of view. See, you need to have an identity, you need to move towards achievement something. So you need to have some reputation in the market, and you need to have the acceptance from the society, from the family, from the world. So from the nation, from the world, and other things. So these are the 4 things you need to have to be successful person. Mojo and Nojo. So there is something called Mojo also. Mojo means taking responsibility, moving forward, caring about doing a great job, love doing it, appreciate the opportunities, making the best of it, inspirational, being always inspirational, having great attitude, always determined to achieve something. And you need to have finally just for life. Just for life is nothing but you should be anticipating your future with great hope and faith. Combination of hope and faith can move mountains. So look forward with a success mindset. Otherwise, there is something called Nojo. You are a victim mindset. Play victim, march in place, just want to get by, how to do it, tolerate the requirements, endure it, painful to be around, lethargic, lazy, zombie-like. Zombie-like means living, just like living dead. So here, sometimes some people enjoy playing the victim cards. Enjoy playing the victim cards. Just they want to get by. Idondu varsha ಆದರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಹೇಗಾದರೂ ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗಲಿ. So that will be the mindset. ಅಥವಾ ಇದೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಆದರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಹೇಗಾದರೂ ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗಲಿ. There is no that energy, that enthusiasm. So that is absent. Have to do it. You are doing something. If you are Nojo, you are doing something because you have to do it, not by applying your passion or something like that. Tolerate the requirement, whatever it may need. Requirement may be your energy, your time, your money, but you are just tolerating it, not you are not enjoying it. Endure it, enduring pain, enduring painful memories. So painful to be around, lethargic, lazy. I think you know these words. Mojo, you and me again. Mojo plays a vital role in our pursuit of happiness and meaning, happiness and meaning, because it is about achieving 2 simple goals: loving what you do and showing it. So you should love what you do and you also show it. These goals govern these operational definition. Mojo is that positive spirit towards what we are doing now that starts from inside and radiates outside. See, Mojo is all about the positive spirit, passion, enthusiasm, energy, what you show. It will start from your inside and radiate outside, and it is contagious also, because the people near you may also catch up those positive spirit. Your vital ingredients need to be combined in order for you to have major and great mojo. Your vital ingredients. So what a vital ingredients means? Your positivity, your happiness, your whatever your mindset, so your attitude. So all those things are needed. There is a combination to achieve mojo, that positive spirit, to look for a 2022 with great anticipation. The second element is achievement. What you have done lately. So what achievement you have done lately? These are the accomplishments that have meaning and impact. We often underrate or overrate our achievements based on the how easy or hard they were to pull off. See, sometimes we underrate our achievements, even though we have achieved something, and sometimes we overrate also. Most of the people overrate these achievements. So there must be some achievements, since we have passed some age, past some years since our birth. There must be some achievements or accomplishments. So ask yourself what you have done lately. So that made you happy, your family happy, your society happy, and the entire world happy. The third element is reputation. Who do you other people think about you? What other people do you think about you? What do other people think you have done lately? So it is about the opinions of all other people, because if we live in society, we must care for the opinions of others also, because reputation and acceptance depends upon the opinions of others about our activities. Although you cannot take total control of your reputation, there is a lot you can do to maintain or improve it. You have to maintain your reputation, you have to improve your reputation, though you may not take total control of it, which can in turn have enormous impact on your mojo. That is win-win situation. The fourth element to building mojo is acceptance. Acceptance is very, very important. Whatever comes your way, you have to accept it gracefully and be happy. What can you change? Change it. What you cannot change, just leave it. Or what is beyond your control, just leave it. When mojo fades, the initial cause is often failure to accept what is and get on with life. Mojo appears in our lives in various guises. Some people have it for almost everything they do, no matter how unpleasant the activity may seem to others. Some have it, lose it, and can't seem to get it back. So, see, sometimes the mojo will be in disguise. In us, everyone has mojo, but it is in disguise. People fail to recognize it, and that may lead to losing it also. Sometimes they may lose it because they fail to recognize it. Mojo scoreboard. We all have two forms of mojo in our life. One is professional mojo, that is how you are, or you can say how much successful you are in your professional life. That also should be a win-win situation. You should be happy, and the other people which are in the professional, they should also happy. For that, do you have that skills? Do you have that activity attitude? So whether your activities are aligned towards that. So all those things comes under the professional mojo. 5 qualities that we need to bring to an activity in order to do it well are: we need to have motivation, we need to have knowledge, we need to have ability, we need to have confidence, and we need to have authenticity. So authenticity means you should be authentic about your things. You should not mimic, or you should not try to imitate someone. Likewise, 5 benefits you may receive from the activity after doing a job well. Whenever you do a job well, you will get happiness, you will get reward, you will get meaning, you will get learning and attitude, gratitude. Somebody will express gratitude towards you. The mojo paradox. Very few people achieve positive, lasting change without ongoing follow-up. They usually don't change their behavior. As a result, they don't become more effective. On the other hand, if they know their coach, their co-workers, their manager, their is watching in the form of paying attention to them or caring about them or evaluating about them with follow-up questions, they are more likely to change. See, normally when we are in person, we show our inherent character. But when we are in public, we know that the public is watching. The public may be your manager or your co-workers or your coach, your trainer or something like that. So our behavior will be towards positive side normally in this situations. But we show our actual internal character, inherent character only when we are alone. So when we are alone also, we show our internal character, our inherent character should be such that we always should feel happy, should be happy, as well as look forward to 2022 with a great hope and faith. Simply record the activities that make up your daily day, both at work as well as home. Even evaluate such activities by applying these two questions. See, our habits create our future. Our habits, our daily routines create our future. Of course, there are other things, there is a choice. So life, our success depends upon our choices, our habits, daily routines. So how much long-term benefit of or meaning did I experience from this activity? See, whenever you are choosing some activity, what will be the benefit of that activity? What will be the duration of the benefit, whether it is a long-term benefit or short-term benefit? That we have to think of. You have to ask these two questions. See, we do everything in anticipation of some benefit. So whether it is short-term benefit or long-term benefit, because there is a tendency of the youngsters today to go for the activity just for short-term benefit. Just bunking class, they will feel happy. That is the short-term benefit. So then smoking, alcohol, drugs, there are a number of activities, sleeping lazily, wasting time. Of course, they enjoy the benefits of that happiness, but it is only for short time. It won't lead to long-term happiness. Second, how much short-term satisfaction or happiness did I experience in this activity? Short-term satisfaction. Sometimes we do some things, activities for short-term happiness also that cannot be avoided. But how much short-term satisfaction will be there? If your journey through life, knowing that all of your activities will be evaluated on these two simple questions, you will tend to experience more happiness and meaning in each activity, and in aggregate, you will have a happier and more meaningful life. So if you know that all your life will be measured, all your life will be looked upon, monitored for these two qualities, definitely you will behave in that way. You will be happy, you will remain happy. So you will remain to be in a positive mindset. You remain, you look upon future things also with great anticipation. Identify who you think you are. Before you can assess your mojo, that positive spirit towards what you are doing now, that starts from inside, and you have to determine who you are. So what defines you actually? So what is your identity? What is your core identity? One vector represents the interplay between our past and the future. Our future is our identity. The other vector tracks the tension between the image others have of us and one's self-image. See, there are two things: how we look upon ourselves. Second one, how the society or others look upon me or ourselves. It's the different weight we assign to what others say about us and what we tell ourselves. So we give different weightages, what we tell ourselves, what opinion we have about ourselves, and what the world tell about ourselves. Each of the four boxes created in this matrix represent one of the four different sources of our identity. Each of these four sources of our identity combines to influence our mojo. See, very important, the identity matrix. See, one is programmed identity, another is created identity, another is reflected identity, another is remembered identity. See, others programmed identity, self-programmed identity again. So there are four quarters. First left 2 quarters becomes to other, and right 2 quarters become self. See, what are others created identity? See, it is a program identity. Program identity means, so I have already explained you. In NLP, our behavior depends upon the programming. Our behavior, our characteristics depends upon the programming which is done in our mind from our birth to till this time. So this programming is nothing but what people say to us, what people opined about us. So what is the type of interaction we had with the people, society, parents, and all during our lifetime. So that programs our identity. That programs our identity. Then second identity, again in the left quarter, that is others, reflected identity. So what is how this programmed identity you are going to reflect? You see what is your reflection in the society? How society views you? So something like that. So reflection is your when you stand before your mother or mirror. So what you see is the reflection. So what is your reflected identity? Created identity and remembered identity self. So what identity you have created for yourself and what identity you have remembered about your past. So those things are very, very important. So future, past. So programmed identity, created identity, reflected identity, remembered identity, others, self, future, and past. Of course, program in program identity, there will be self-programmed identity also, self-reflected identity also, self-created identity will be there, other created identity will also be there. Somebody may have different identity about yourself, other remembered identity is also there, and these identity may be related to your past also, related to your future also. So try to have a look on this. So what are the four identities you are having? List them. So your program identity created by self, created by others, created identity created by others, created by self, reflected identity, your self-reflected identity, others reflected identity, remember identity, that is how people remembered you and how you remember yourself. Remembered identity in the lower right hand corner is where self and past collide. How do you know who you are? Because you remember events in your past life and that have helped your sense of life. The trouble is, the further you look back into your past, the greater the chances of you remember your remembered identity. So don't look your past with that much of intensity. It doesn't match up with who you are really today. Remembered identity can cheat us establishing our mojo. There is nothing wrong with harkening back to the past to sort out our strengths and weaknesses, but clinging too tightly and you may getting it all wrong, creating a dark blurry of picture of someone who doesn't exist anymore. So sometimes it is needed to look back into past just to remember about our strength and our weaknesses, and weaknesses has to be corrected in the future. But you are looking back should be limited to this, because if you look back and cling to those weakness ideas and other things, so it will affect your performance in the future. Reflected identity in the left hand, lower left hand corner, where the past and the other people's opinion meet, is reflected identity. What is your reflected identity in the eyes of you and people? Other people remember events in the past and they remind of you, some of them, sometimes constantly. There is a value in paying attention to your reflected identity, but healthy skepticism is called for here as well at its worst. Your reflected identity may be based on little more than hearsay and gossip. So there are definite definitions of reflected identity. So that is, see, you can remember just a few points. It may enhance your reputation, it may tarnish it. So both reflected identity may enhance or may tarnish your reputation. But either way, it is not necessarily a true reflection of who you are. Reflected identity is not actually your true identity. Even if your reflected identity is accurate, it doesn't have to be predictive. We can change. We all can change. Programmed identity. This already I have told you. So how people programmed your mind, how you yourself program your mind. So it is related to future also. It is related to what you call others also. So all those things are given here. Even in the most extreme forms, there can be a lot that is positive about program identity. Program identity, even in its extreme forms, there are a lot of positive things will also be there. Now coming to, it can be influenced by profession you enter or the culture you grew up, the company you work for, the entire industry you work in, or the people you select as your friends. See, program identity depends upon your family also and your profession also, where you have grown up, your environment, your company, the company you keep, company you work, everything gets your programmed identity. Each of these shape your opinion of yourself, some more vividly than you may realize. So you can't lay all your problems or all our problems on our programming. That's when we stop turning to the past and do others for our sense of looking into ourselves. Created identity, again, it is a created by ourselves also, created by others in future also. So this created identity is very, very important. What identity we create, what we have created in the past is gone. What identity we create in the future is very, very important. It allows to become a different person. We can change it to fit it according to the changing times. The wheel of change. So preserving the sweet moments, creating the cherishing the sweet moments, accepting the whatever things come, then eliminating the bad moments, that creates the change. So here there is an okay, there are the other things: adding, improving, inventing, eradicating, reducing, delaying, maintaining, making peace, creating. Who is you, or who are you that you want to create? So creating that person that you want to become, blocks to creating, fears that inhibit creating, the role of identity, hope for the future, visualizing the future, focus on process. So all these things are called creating, preserving. What do we want to preserve? Gratitude for past, challenge of the future, challenge of execution, challenge of generation. Why too much focus on preserving can be a problem. So all these things are preserving. Eliminating, you need to eliminate a lot of things. Know what is eliminate, not to eliminate, when to eliminate, danger of overcommitment, challenge of new technology, those come somewhere under eliminating. Then accepting, letting go. So to the past and accepting whatever comes, forgiving, prioritizing, accepting, and environmental, mental limitations. All this comes under accepting. So these are the things you can go through again and again through this video. So these are things what I have shared to you will help you to create a bright future. If you learn from it and create a bright future, and to look hopefully and faithfully towards 2022. So with this, I will conclude this video. I hope this video will be beneficial to you. So thank you very much for your patient listening. I will stop sharing. Okay.